Hello, yes, welcome back. Please do come. Yeah. Uh, we are going ahead with the Indian Classical USA in part 2. Uh, you have heard by this time and you have studied to an extent the recently added classical dance form, that is Satriya, in the area of Kathak, Kathakali, Bharatnatyam, Manipuri, Odissi and all that. So, this dance form Satriya has smallest footprint in USA. It is definitely India's most recently recognized classical dance forms, and that is Satriya. Satriya is pretty much exclusively represented by Madhusmita Bora and Prerana Bhuya, who established the Satriya Dance Company in Philadelphia. A professor at Lincoln University and a freelance business journalist, Madhusmita successfully balances a passion for Satriya with her career. Madhusmita Bora has also trained in Kathak with Janki Patrick in New York and has performed with her at the Lincoln Center Outdoors Festival and the Alvin Ailey Theatre in New York City. Madhusmita's artistic journey in Satriya, including training under Adhyapaks Jatin Goswami, Ramakrishna Talukdar, Naren Barua and Gobind Kalita from the Uttar Kamalabari Satra. Along with her co-artistic director, sister-in-law Prerana Bhuya, she launched the Satriya Dance Company in Philadelphia in 2009 to spread awareness about her splendid heritage through performances, lecture demonstrations and dance lessons. The determination and persistence bore fruits when she received the Arts and Change Grant from the Leeway Foundation for the years 2009, 2010 and 2011. She was also conferred the Pennsylvania Council for the Arts Grants for the year 2013. The summer of 2014 has been specially eventful, with Satriya being showcased for the first time at the Erasing Borders Festival and Drive East Festival in New York. It joined the pantheon of the other classical dances of India at the 36th annual San Francisco Ethnic Dance Festival. Philadelphia Folklore Project has given space initially to teach the dance. Pennsylvania Council on the Arts and Leeway Foundation funded her trips to India to record the music, document the dance and train in it. So, as you see, America supports the multiculturalism and all the migrating communities become part of this multicultural cauldron. They all are encouraged, each community is encouraged to preserve and enhance its own culture, and that is why all the dance teachers of caliber and of perseverance who go can apply and do apply for varieties of grants and are awarded often. Also, there are so many foundations which support the arts. So, that is something very interesting and very encouraging for USA and also for us to learn that arts do need support. Just marginally more popular in USA is Manipuri. It has far fewer schools for learning and dance companies for performances, barely beyond what can be counted on the fingers of one hand, despite the fact that USA boasts of a very senior Manipuri dance student in Crystal Stevens. Stevens is a scholar, performer and teacher of Indian dances from India. She holds a master's degree in dance from the American University in Washington, D.C. specializing in Bharatanatyam and Manipuri classical dances of India. Crystal learns Bharatanatyam at Kalakshetra College of Fine Arts under the full scholarship from the Thomas J. Watson Foundation. Later, she returned to India to live in New Delhi, studying Manipuri under Nabhaghana Shyam Singha, Guru Bipin Singh and Ojatha Babu Singh. She also continued her Bharatanatyam studies at Sri Ram Bharatiya Kala Kendra under Leela Sampson. Crystal has visited Manipuri several times for research and training in Manipuri dance. She was awarded a Visharad degree in dance by Sri Sri Govindaji Nartanalaya, now Manipuri State Dance College, and under Principal Guru S. Thambaltombi Devi, daughter and disciple of Saranganathan Guru Maiti Tamba. In 1996, Crystal returned to India with colleagues Laurie Clare and Dr. Naima Prevost of American University to conduct the study Images of Women in Indian Dance, Sacred and Profane, funded by the Smithsonian Institute Foreign Currency Program. Crystal is currently employed by Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission as Performing Arts Specialist at the Arts and Cultural Heritage Division, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County, Maryland. Crystal is married to Nabhaghana Shyam Singha. After his marriage to dancer Crystal Stevens, Nabha came to United States in April of 1983 and has established Nritya Rangam in Washington DC metropolitan area. Along with his wife and his senior students, Nabha has performed at prestigious venues such as Kennedy Center, Dance Place, the National Theatre, Harmony Hall, and the Public Playhouse, and several universities. Nabha has received 7 grants from the Prince George Arts Council to aid him in presenting performances of Indian dance to the audiences statewide. In 90s and 97, Nabha received the Maryland State Arts Council Award for choreography. Another Manipuri dancer of note in the USA is Sohini Ray, initiated into her dance form by the legendary maestro Guru Bipin Singh at the age of 7 when she was admitted to Manipuri Nartanalaya, Kolkata. She received over 25 years of training in dance and Pung, that is, with teachers like Darshana Jhaveri and Kalavati Devi, and has studied Thangta under Guru Sinam Debavrata in Hula, Sindam, Manipur. She started performing with the Jhaveri sisters as a child artist in 1979 and then continued to be a senior member of their troupe, performing in major festivals and venues in the world. After receiving the title of Nartana Acharya from Manipuri Nartanalaya in 1999, she received her PhD in anthropology in 2000, doing specialized academic research on Manipuri language and the culture from the University of California, Los Angeles. She has taught Manipuri dance in New York University and the University of California, Los Angeles, and started her own institution, Manipuri Dance Visions, based in Los Angeles in 2005. She has since received the Elaine Weissman Los Angeles Treasure Award 2007, the Traditional Arts Development Grant 2009 from Alliance for California's Traditional Arts, and has been a 2-time recipient of Artistic Resource Completion Grant from Center for Cultural Innovation, formerly administered by the Durfee Foundation. Her production Harau Kumi, Joyful Celebrations in Manipuri Dance, won a nomination for the Lester Horton Award 2007, given by the Dance Resource Centers of LA. In the next year, her production Geeta Govinda won the Lester Horton Award 2008 and was selected as Critic Peak in LA Weekly. As a solo artist and also leading her own dance company, Manipuri Dance Visions Ensemble, she has traveled the world as her performances have included the inaugural ceremony of the Southeast Asia Festival, New York University American College Dance Festival, University of New Mexico Albuquerque, the Los Angeles Women's Theatre Festival, the opening night of Dance Kaleidoscope, Los Angeles Pasadena Dance Festival, among several others. She was selected finalist for the Margaret Mead Award given by the Society of Applied Anthropology, American Anthropology Association, for successfully establishing dance as a practice of anthropology. Another beautiful classical dance form of India, but with a small footprint, is Mohiniyattam in USA. However, one finds its presence in states as far and wide ranging as Arizona, California, Maryland, Missouri, and New Jersey. Among them, the school established by Smita Rajan, granddaughter of legendary Kalyani Kuttiamma and Kalamandalam Krishnan Nair, started training at a very young age in both Bharatanatyam and Mohiniyattam. Her mother Sridevi Rajan taught her Mohiniyattam and aunt Kalavijan taught her Bharatanatyam. Her grandfather Guru Kalamandalam Krishnan Nair taught her Kathakali and fine-tuned her Mukhaja Abhinaya. Smita has also undergone training in classical Carnatic music under Professor R. Kalyana Sundaram for over 8 years. At Kerala Kalalayam, she was trained in Kuchipudi as well for 5 years. She had the unique blessings to start teaching these styles at the parent institution Kerala Kalalayam from 1983 at the age of 14, which she continued till 1990. Today, Smita lives in St. Louis, USA, along with her family and is running the institution Nritya Kshetra, the Temple of Dance, as a branch of the institution her mother Sridevi Rajan had started at Kochi in association with the parent institution Kerala Kalalayam. Sunanda is the disciple of noted Mohiniyattam exponent Padma Shri Dr. Kanakrele, Padma Bhushan Dr. Kanakrele, who is renowned for her contribution to the revival and popularization of this classical dance style. She has the proud privilege of being the first student to earn a master's degree in Mohiniyattam from Nalanda Nrityakala Mahavidyalaya, affiliated to the University of Mumbai. She has been trained from the age of 6 in Bharatanatyam and under great gurus, and also trained herself in Kathakali from Kalamandalam Krishnan Kutti, warrior, and presently under Kalamandalam Gopala Krishnan. She runs a dance school in Mumbai and also one in USA. Sunanda Nair, Sunanda's Performing Arts Center, SPARC, at Houston has produced a pact of thoroughly trained students that stand apart on every stage for their thorough training. Kuchipudi found reference in USA in the early years with Nilima Devi, who made her base in Washington area, and Ratna Kumar, well known as Ratna Papa, who made her base in Houston, Texas. Ratna Kumar trained initially in Bharatanatyam under K.J. Sarasa and Kuchipudi under Gurus Vedantam Jagannatha Sharma and Vempati Peda Satyam. Later, at the Kuchipudi Art Academy of Chennai, she was groomed as the dancer by Guru Vempati Chinna Satyam and emerged as a four-ranking Kuchipudi dancer in 1970s. She subsequently moved to the United States, where she established well-known dance institutions, including the Anjali Center for Performing Arts in 1975 and the Sanskriti Society for Indian Performing Arts in 1994 at Houston. She served as the dance instructor at Rice University in USA since 2002. As a performer, teacher, and as a member of several organizations and committees, she has contributed significantly to the practice and promotion of Indian dance art in USA. Ratna Kumar has received a number of awards for her work from institutions in India as well as in the United States. These includes an award for her contribution to arts in education from the Texas Institute for Arts in Education and an honorary doctorate in performing arts from the Potti Sri Ramulu Telugu University, Hyderabad, as well as the Sangeet Natak Academy Award for her contribution to Kuchipudi dance. Nilima Devi founded the Sutradhar Institution for Dance and Related Arts in 1989 to serve the dance community of the Silver Spring area. In 1994, Devi was a movement and cultural consultant for Paul McKelly's play A Perfect Ganesha. A faculty member of the George Washington University, Devi has taught a course on gender and classical Indian dance. She has been an artist in residence at the University of Maryland, George Mason and Johns Hopkins. A recipient of many grants and fellowships, some of her memorable works include one which is inspired by the 12th century radical poetess Mahadevi Akka that won international accolades. Another, from the Diary of Sita, explored the epic Ramayana from the unorthodox perspective of the heroine Sita, which premiered at the Dance Place in 2006. Devi is also the director of the Devi Dance Theatre, which has performed at the Kennedy Center, the Dance Place, the Smithsonian, the Library of Congress, and for the Voice of America. In 2002, the Choreographers Commissioning Project of the Kennedy Center awarded Devi a grant to create Walk the Sky. Her new work is Mandala, A Voyage Within. The recognition of lifetime's body of work, she has been appointed for the second time on the Maryland State Arts Council. Devi's daughter Anila Kumari, trained in Kuchipudi, Abhinaya and the Manipuri martial art of Thangta, is the lead dancer and choreographer for Devi Dance Theatre. Anila's most innovative choreographic work was set to an African American spiritual long white robe. She is a recipient of the Maryland State Arts Council Award. Again, the Nartaki website reveals a long list of dance schools that offer Kuchipudi training, often in conjunction with the training of Bharatanatyam. Younger dancers of Kuchipudi in USA include dancers like Sudha Vedalamani, who learned from Mampati Chinna Satyam for 15 years and came to USA after marriage. She first made a name as a performer and is now teaching at the Shri Nritya Siddhi Dance School in Richmond, Virginia, where her two American daughters, Sindhura and Samira, also learn to dance. Also, to add, I think in lot of research work and writing is going on in America on Indian classical dance in most of the universities where there is a dance program. And Ananya Chatterjee, Ketu Katral, Purnima Shah of the Indian base, and Philip Zarelli, to start with, have contributed tremendously to the growth and understanding of Indian dance, Indian classical dance, not only in USA but all over the world. You have read the name of Dr. Clifford Jones and his wife Betty True Jones in your readings. They were passionately drawn towards Kathakali and Mohiniyattam. Although she had come to India in 1959 to train with Thottaseri Chinnamu Amma, she ended up writing on Mohiniyattam and he on Kathakali. Their writings were instrumental in letting the world know about the uniqueness of Kalamandalam as an institute that had revived these arts in the first half of the 20th century. The articles they wrote to date remain reference points. Professor and Dr. Philip Zarelli of Wisconsin University wrote the monumental work on the Kathakali complex. Philip Zarelli has done extensive work also on Kalaripayattu, and his productions the Bhagavata Jukai and the Urubhangam. Urubhangam in Sanskrit style with Kudiyatam vocalization had Kovalan Panikar Narayan and Parul Shah attached to the production, which were part of the India Festival in USA in 1984-85. Going further, the writings of Farley Richmond were also influenced by the arts that he saw at Kalamandalam. Dr. Marlene Pitkov took her doctorate in the female representations in Kathakali. More recently, Dr. Justin Limos did a detailed research on Mohiniyattam. She was associated with the University of California, Riverside. Sarah Sohn, a renowned young painter, was at Kalamandalam for applied research on the facial makeup and costuming with special reference to Kathakali. Both of them were Fulbright scholars. At this stage, it is important to recognize the role of institutions like Fulbright programs, the American Institute of Indian Studies, Speak McKay, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and the Asia Society, and even the Hindu temples and ashrams that have become very popular in USA, especially the ashrams of the popular gurus and the ISKCON temples. All these are going a long way in promoting Indian dance in the USA. The case of Pandit Satyanarayan Charga is an example of how an ashram contributed to the creation of a strong classical dance equity. After training with some of the greatest names of Kathak, including Ramakrishna Shukla, Maya Rao and Pandit Shambhu Maharaj, he also was trained in Kuchipudi with Dr. Nataraj Ramakrishnan. Charga travelled the world over teaching and performing before he set up the East-West School of Dance in 1981 with the blessing of Sri Brahmananda Saraswati, the founder of Ananda Ashram in Monroe, in New York. Swamiji was a great spiritual teacher who presented a modern synthesis of the ancient Sanskrit scriptures of yoga in the West in the 20th century. Although he left his body for the heavenly abode in 1993, his everlasting and all-pervading spiritual presence continued to guide and shape the destiny of the East-West School of Dance that essentially drew its talent pool from amongst the faithful congregation of the ashram, mostly from the tri-state area. The role of Hindu temple at Queens is another example that one would like to cite. Here for years, Rachna Sarang, sister of Madhurita Sarang, both of whom had been trained by Guru Lachu Maharaj, Sundar Prasad and Birju Maharaj, made her base. She also taught at the Bharatiya Vidya Mandir. The fact that both the institutions served a predominantly Indian crowd and in the east of the temple was located in an area long associated with the Indian community accounted for her success. The two institutions rather successfully cross-supported each other for the obvious reason of having a shared ideology. A special mention must be made for the Fulbright program, which in particular has resulted in many American artists coming to India to learn Indian arts. The Fulbright program was established by Senator J. William Fulbright to increase the mutual understanding between the people of United States of America and the people of other countries. Initially a US government program, it is now a true bilateral program with the Indian government, accounting to its new name, the Nehru Fulbright program. The artistic stream started from John Higgins, who came from Wesleyan University to Chennai in 1964, seeking training in Carnatic music. Later, he came to be known as Higgins Bhagavatar, owing to his mastery in Carnatic music despite being a foreigner. His son Nicholas Higgins carried on his legacy and came to India to learn Carnatic music and Tamil language. Many years later, Sharon Lowen came as a Fulbright Fellow from the University of Michigan to learn Manipuri dance and stayed on to learn Chow and Odissi as well, and since then has made India her home. Other Fulbright Fellows for the arts have included Alexis Major, who learned Odissi at Nrityagram. In 1998, Trevor Montague Wade Fulbright focused on the works of Chandralekha and Manjushri Chaki Sarkar in bringing classical dance into consonance with an modern feminist ethos. Renowned tape dancer Jane Goldberg worked with the Indian Kathak dancers and performed a multi-city tour in India in 1990s. She wrote articles for the dance magazine on both her trips, and her book contained a chapter on her time in India. Monica Cooley and Lakshmi Ramaswamy came to India to learn Bharatanatyam. Reena Shah, dancer and writer, came to India on a Fulbright to pursue Kathak, both as a dancer and as a writer. Her piece, An American Gharana, captured the challenges for artists who came to India, learn and then use their training in different ways. Professor Mary Ellis Brennan, from the chair from the University of Wisconsin Madison, came on the senior Fulbright to do Laban work on Bharatanatyam. The work carried on by her and Professor Parul Shah is one of the most pioneering work that India has seen in the area of Laban movement notation and movement analysis. Professor Janet came from University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee, and has been carrying the work of connecting American modern dance to yoga. And there is no doubt that the Fulbright grantees have promoted the arts in many different ways. And now let us come back to Kathakali. While there were many scholars in USA, also lured some famous Kathakali dancers. The story of Kunniraman and Catherine Kunniraman are amongst the earliest gurus who have significant role in disseminating South Indian arts traditions, especially Kathakali in Bharatanatyam in the USA for 4 decades. Son of Guru Ambu Panikar, Kunniraman joined Kalakshetra at the specific request of Rukmini Devi Arundel under Kathakali Guru Chandu Panikar, the Bharatanatyam under Sharda Hoffman and others. Kunniraman stayed in Kalakshetra for 28 years as a student and then nearly 20 more years as an artist, playing leading roles in dance drama and Kathakali shows. In 1966, Catherine Siebel from Pennsylvania joined Kalakshetra to learn Bharatanatyam, and Kunniraman was assigned to teach her. She eventually studied both Bharatanatyam and Kathakali. After a short stint at Kalakshetra, Catherine joined Bharatanjali as a full-time resident student and mastered the art of Bharatanatyam. Catherine had been inspired in this journey by the performances of Rita Devi and Kamala Lakshman that she had seen earlier. 4 years after they first met, Catherine and Kunniraman married. After 5 years of running a household in Chennai, the couple decided to move to Berkeley along with 4-year-old Nandini. This was a time when dance of all genres enjoyed a flash of popularity both in India and in the USA. The new path was never smooth. Shortly after 1975, they opened their dance school, Kalanjali. As the Indian community grew, so did their classes, with the major kickoff coming in 1980 with a grant from the California Arts Council. In 1978, the elaborately costumed husband and wife team of KP and Catherine Kunniraman stepped on to the stage at the first San Francisco Ethnic Dance Festival and gave the USA audiences a taste of classical Indian dance form called Kathakali. The festival comes full circle when it presented the Kunniramans with the Lifetime Achievement Award, even though Kunniraman passed away 2 days before the ceremony. Catherine feels sad that Kathakali could not be taken further. She feels that we could have shone our light a little more brightly if we had had more initial support, but we never waved from the path and have no regrets. Kalanjali in Berkeley functioned as a branch of the Dhananjayan's Bharat Kalanjali. VP Dhananjayan acknowledges that Kunniramans are the real pioneers in the Bay Area in establishing and propagating Bharatanatyam and Kathakali. He also credited Kunniraman with being the pioneer in the use of artificial chutti that we use today. So many things have been added and extended in the perseverance of Indian classical dance. See you after a short break. Thank you.